So the last main topic I want to cover today is the Ultra Game Boy by Hyperkin. If you guys don't know who Hyperkin is, basically they are a video game peripheral manufacturer. They're based in California. They make accessories for consoles, and they also make clone consoles that can play retro games on like HDTVs. And they've also, I didn't know this, they also made the game Genie. And if you guys have heard of the Retron 5, you probably, if you know about the Retron 5, you know who Hyperkin is because they made the Retron 5. It can play a bunch of different games, a bunch of different retro games, all in one little box. And there's a bit of controversy around that, but we're not going to talk about it. So what is the Ultra Game Boy? Basically, they're making a clone Game Boy that is a bit heavier, and it has a backlight mod. Think of a Game Boy Pocket, but it's heavier, and it has a backlight. There are different hues for the backlight. You can use a USB-C connector for charging. There's going to be stereo output, which I think mainly is for the chiptune community, because this seems like, I'm going to mention a little bit later, it's geared towards the chiptune community. There's going to be an SD card slot to export chiptune music, and I think it's cool that they're focusing this towards the chiptune community, but I mean, I know it's like decently big, but I don't think it's that big to do such a niche handheld. Or like at least like kind of restrict yourself to that, because that's kind of what it feels like they're doing. It has a 6-hour battery, and they showed it off at CES 2018. But when you hear the price tag, you're gonna be like, what? It's $100 or estimated. What? Hello? You can get a Game Boy Advance SP for like $50, not even. If you're, okay, if we're speaking outside of chiptune stuff, like if you're somebody that's into chiptunes, I think this could be worth it. But if you're just looking to play, like have a Game Boy with backlight, get a Game Boy Advance SP, get a Game Boy Light, get a DS Lite, you can play GBA games. There's so many other options, so it's very, I don't want to say weird, but it's very odd that they're tailoring it so specifically. Like, I don't know if it's gonna be as successful as they think it will be, if they're gonna be that niche. Like, I think it's cool, don't get me wrong, but like, I don't know, man. I feel like this is gonna be another thing that they make that just doesn't hit the mark. If it's gonna be $100, like, even people who are really into chiptunes, I don't know if I see that happening, because I know so many, well, I don't know so many people, I've seen so many people on the internet that are into chiptunes and making that sort of music, and they just mod their own Game Boys. I've actually been looking into doing that myself, and you just get an old Game Boy and mod it yourself, paint it, put all the stuff in it. It's really not that hard. So I don't know, man. I don't know how to feel about this. I think it's cool, but I'm also just like, who thought this was a good idea? But yeah.